Hi, today I have an educator on the show. Chewa, who's gonna educate me? Okay, Lola. But she's known for a lot more other things. She's exploding around the world, by the way. Who's this? Suspense. I always have to apologize to every single guest that comes on the show because the intro is so long that we sit there for a complete 1 minute, right? And it's awkwardness because, my guest can't speak, her mic is off. And I just have to wait and then, pretend. I can't stare at my guest because it will make her scared. Nor can she stare at me and make eye contact with me. Then it'll make me nervous. But today, we have on the show, I need to get your name right. But let me see if I can get it right in the first try. Your name is, do they call you Qiwiie? Or Qiwiie?
Qiwiie.
Qiwiie! Ha! I was correct. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Qiwiie on the show.
That's actually not my real name.
Yeah, Is your real name like a secret from the public or?
No, it's if you look in my profile, you can find it. But it's Siqi. Qiwiie is just like my social media handle. So it became something that people call me.
Qiwiie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because this is rewind back to I think pre-election 2021 we had the election 2022. Oh sorry, yeah. Old fella cannot think properly. I think I had someone reached out very randomly, and which was Qiwiie, and she said that hey, I'm making a video to encourage people to go out and vote. Yeah. And when I saw the first line straight away, I'm doing this because back then I felt like a lot of platforms were very one-sided, and but at that point of time the opposition was not getting an equal share of what they wanted to say. Not to say that I'm picking sides, but the outcome is what it is today. And we played a part of it, so I'm very happy. So Qiwiie got in touch and she said she wanted to kind of create content about why, and educating people on why we should go out and vote. And then I checked out her profile. I mean, as what most people will do, and I realized whoa, she's got a lot of followers and she's a teacher, and it got me so intrigued. And the first thing I did was I asked my wife, who runs a talent team, it's do you know this person? And then my team was yeah, we worked with her before. And I'm oh, okay. So I'm not gonna dabble too much for the listeners who are tuning in right now, and who are tuning in for the first time, who might not know who you are. Can you explain to them or tell us what it is, or who you are, or what it is you do?
Yeah, so I am a teacher. I started off teaching full-time. Right now I'm teaching part-time, doing more content creating. But I do make TikTok videos. I'm on Instagram. I also run a small business, a card game company.
It's called But Honestly, was it?
Yes, conversational card games. Yeah.
Wow. You are everything, going towards entrepreneurial.
Trying my best.
Yeah. Okay. I thought, I'm not going to say this, but probably my teacher won't hear that. I wish my teacher was as cool as you growing up, because all they did was, what is 2 times 3? Cepat hafal, okay? Hafal. Tak payah understand, hafal aja. But what was very, very heartwarming is to see the connection you have, not only with your, with the content that you make, but with your students. It's become something where everybody oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
All the way you put them in a position where they are so appreciated with what they do. And I'm I was genuinely having this conversation with my wife. I wish I had an educator like that who was so open, encouraging, and current. Yeah.
Current, yeah.
So okay, did you always wanted to be a teacher growing up, or was that what you've always aspired to be?
No, I wanted to be a YouTuber.
Oh, really?
And I love YouTube. I watch it all the time. I think it was my dream when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
But I just never thought about dabbling into that route. I guess I just thought, okay, I need to study something Asian parents, something more stable. From their point of view. And so at Form 5, that's when I decided I should do education, because I was good with kids. A lot of people were telling me I was good with kids, but I've never ever thought I wanted to do it before. So yeah, I did that and taught for a year in the States, and then I came back and taught then. Yeah.
Actually, teaching kids is it's a skill set, it's not something everybody can do.
You need to be very, very patient.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part.
I can relate to that. I have to be patient with 2 kids at home.
How is that?
It's horrible, but sorry.
Oh no, they cannot hear this episode.
Okay, so when you're old enough to listen to this podcast, just know that I love you, okay? But sometimes you're damn annoying. Yeah. Just like every time you say no, why?
Yeah.
Like even yesterday, she was bugging me. She came up to me randomly and she kissed me on the cheek, and I was like, oh, that's very random. You don't normally do that. What do you want? She's like, I want Baskin Robbins ice cream.
She knows how to play her dad.
Yeah, and the thing is, they don't lie.
Yeah.
So that's the best part about it. But yeah, you wanted to be a YouTuber when you were growing up. It's so funny though, because a lot of people tell me that. I've crossed paths with a lot of people who told me that they are aspiring to be a YouTuber and stuff like that. And of course, you're starting out. But now that you mentioned it, it's pretty cool because I always tell people the same thing when they want to do content creation or be YouTubers. Don't rush into it.
Oh,
yeah.
Why?
Because everybody expects it to happen almost immediately.
Yeah.
And then when you don't get the immediate response that you think you're going to get and expect to get, then you kind of oh, maybe it's not for me. And then you kind of you put yourself down immediately without even consulting anybody else. But most of the content creators that appear today, even Jen or they've been doing it for years,
right.
8, 9, 10 years, some even more.
Yeah.
And you recently worked with Uncle Roger. How did that come about? Did he slide in your DMs hi?
He was so weird. He was just very this is very funny. And then I asked him if I could create a video with what he said, screenshot of his DM, create a video of my student's response. He's like, yeah, sure, send it to me when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I posted it, I told him, you can make a reaction video if you want to. And then he just did it.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know until 7 hours later. A teacher at my school, she sent it to me and she's like, oh my gosh, you made it. And I was like, what? What? I was like, what? Uncle Roger actually reacted. So it's really crazy.
Nigel is such a humble guy. Very, very humble, despite the fact that he's all Hollywood right now, that I always call him. But he's just, he's the pure example of people who are content creators and they are self-made. And I respect those people because the hustle is just themselves. Yeah, I hope Nigel listens to this podcast and posts it to his millions of fans. But I'm just kidding.
React to this one.
No. But okay, you work with Uncle Roger, and then I lost my train of thought already. See, I tend to talk a lot, then I forget what I'm talking about. So yeah, content creation. I say don't rush it.
Yeah.
Because one, if you're consistent, or even if you do things that don't work, if you're consistent in always broadening your creative horizon, one day you will make it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then congratulations to you because you exploded.
Yeah, it's been really crazy. I didn't expect to grow so fast or
be
where I'm at right now. So
I think in a span of less than a year, you hit 1 million on TikTok.
Yeah.
Almost hitting 1 million on Instagram.
I think TikTok was the one that started it, and I didn't expect it to. I didn't really understand TikTok and how viral you can go.
Yeah.
And it really just happened by luck. I didn't anticipate. My goal was 1 million by the end of the year.
Oh wow.
And it happened so soon. So I think as long as something is viral, right, growth is just exponential on TikTok, which is very different from other platforms.
Yeah, but your content's a little bit different. People tend to sometimes they follow trends. Number one. Yep. That's one way of doing it. Some people write on very popular topics. Some people dance flower dances by Jisoo. But your content is a bit different. Your content is very educational.
It's very organic, very raw, just talking to my friends.
Yeah.
Maybe inspired by YouTube. Because I feel YouTube is very original. There's not a lot of trends and those kind of things happen there. So I like to make those kind of content. Yeah.
And a lot of people resonate to it in very different ways. I know just commenting on your video alone about how that some of them, and I have so many people coming to me messaging me and I'm getting notifications of reactions to my comment on your platform and I'm like, oh my god, Qiwiie, this girl is huge.
That's so funny. Yeah, every time I reply to your comments, I see a lot of likes, especially because you just happen to comment on the ones that go viral.
Yeah, because I'm leveraging on it. Hey guys, notice me. But how has it changed your life though? I mean, I know you're a teacher. Is it safe to say that sometimes, growing up, we always think that teachers have to have some sort of code of conduct, right? That they have to follow. How has it helped your teaching career in some way?
like social media helped me change career. I think my kids think I'm cool. So that's a great thing to leverage on, right? When I first meet them and they already think you're cool, so you don't have to do the groundwork. They already like you off the bat because people know about you. You know, you're kind of like cool in school. But I think it helps me connect with them differently. So making videos with them, they're very excited to be a part of that. They feel like they're part of my life. I feel like I can enter their life, their world, understand, what's trending. I ask them all the time what's cool, and that is like a point where we get to connect on a different way, apart from just school. I
appreciate like how you had this conversation with the girl and you told her she's special no matter what people think.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, oh, that's what we need.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of kids, they struggle with a lot of things like, so that girl, right, the video was like talking about skin color.
Yes.
And she was saying how she didn't like it because she was darker than me. And like she's like, how do you get so white? I'm just like, well, I was born like this and you were born like that. And so when no one speaks life into them about these kind of things, then it's like hard because they have to learn other ways, or they might hear this kind of, hear people affirm them or say things about them.
They might learn from being bullied or being made fun of, not bullied, but made fun of in a not in the bullish manner, not bullying manner, but why your skin so dark one, but out of just very casual making fun, and then they would then start comparing themselves.
Yeah.
And nobody realizes this, but a child's growing mind is so important because you kind of need to mold it in the right direction.
Yep.
I don't know why I speak like this. Maybe because I'm a dad. Yeah, I'm a dad. Because you know how our parents used to bring us up, right? They were a little bit more stern.
Yep.
All right, they have punishments. They have a cane. and I was talking to my wife, should we do the same to our little kids? And then we buy a cane. And we hang it up on the wall to scare my daughter.
But you never use it.
We hit it once on the hand to see, is it pain? She's like, nope. I was like, man.
She's like, not scared.
Yeah. And then we did it a little bit more. She's like, oh, is it painful? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, she knows what's pain. Okay, then we hang it up in the wall there. Yeah, so you do something wrong, we bring that.
Staring at you.
Yeah. But what I realized worked, and watching your videos is amazing because at least we know that someone in Malaysia is doing it. It's how you talk to them and make them understand and be patient.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of teachers in my school do that as well. So I'm very grateful that I'm in the environment. And I think a lot of regardless of age, there are teachers who care. And those are the teachers that really, make a change in a student's life. And you need to speak life to them instead of just teaching all the time. I think those are the teachers that make an impact and that you really remember.
Yeah, I say this all the time. Teachers are your parents away from home.
They are. You spend so much time with them.
Yeah. So I love all my teachers. So content creating has been some sort of like an aspiration for you.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you go out and get noticed right now?
Yeah, after the emotional damage video that went really viral recently.
Yep.
Yeah, whenever I walk out on the street, right, random people would just look at me and say emotional damage. And I'll be like, it's like a random inside joke I have with strangers, Then I'm like, yeah, thank you for watching my videos. But it's crazy. I just went to Penang recently and then people recognize me there too. And so it's very different. My life has definitely changed a lot from before.
Then, so like rewind back to the time when you're a little bit younger and you told yourself, look, I try to want to go down a pathway of trying to be a content creator, YouTuber, and now you are there.
I know.
So what are you going to tell your younger self now that you have made it? It's like, yeah, congratulations, you made it. Or it's completely different from when you first thought of it and now that you're in it.
Ooh, it's definitely different from what I thought. But I do enjoy the creating process. I do enjoy what I do. I think, I don't know, I guess I dreamt it to be, I've always thought I loved it. And I used to spend ages, right, looking at the algorithm and how to understand it.
Oh wow.
Even before I started content creating because I liked it so much.
Okay.
So yeah, I think the different part is that you don't understand the hard work. I'm sure right? You put a lot of hard work behind the scenes. People don't really see it.
I don't do anything actually. Okay. Yes, I understand. Yeah, I was about to say that my staff does all that. I take all the credit. No, I'm kidding. But yes, I do understand it.
Yeah.
I'm not as detailed as you though. The fact that you're saying that you're going into the algorithm and trying to understand it. So how I did it was it was a one-off thing because radio took away my video part where I went out to interview celebrities. They say, okay, we're gonna take over this part now. It's gonna be under the company. So I was like, okay. So I made a short film. Said that okay, if I get 10,000 views, yay, it's just to prove my mom that I didn't waste money buying a really expensive camera.
Yeah.
Then it went pretty viral, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know what I did.
So was like pretty sudden and went viral suddenly.
Yeah. Because like, you know, I've been in the entertainment industry for 7 years prior to doing YouTube. So for me, it was like, I thought that was just my peak. You're at the peak already. You're doing a radio show that's #1 in the country. And then you're going out hosting shows, concerts, or really interviewing celebrities. And then, you go around, people recognize you. It's cool. You know, it's fun. But then when YouTube blew up, I'm like, oh, wow.
Right? It's like a next.
Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah. It's like everywhere you go, it's a little bit like, but I think like it's very different from people like Blackpink or like Justin Bieber or celebrities. I think when you create content, the people who meet you, they come up to you with a feeling of more appreciation rather than fanboy.
Correct. Yeah.
It's most of the time like, hey, I love what you do. Thank you so much.
Which is very nice to hear, right? When random people come up to you and do that, and you feel like, okay, what you're doing is meaningful. Like some people are inspired by it, they're encouraged by it, and I think I like that part a lot. Yeah. So
is your goal of content creation mainly to educate, or like you're gonna explore into like different territories, like skits? You know, apart from just recording raw content, what is it you aspire to do in terms of content? It's such a different question, right? After like 10 years ago, you'd be like, oh, what do you aspire to be? I'd be aspiring to be a YouTuber. Now it's like, okay, what kind of content are you gonna do?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I'm in that place right now. I'm trying to figure it out and like explore different things. I do feel that I would like to continue to make content with kids or like something family, like wholesome kind of vibe. But yeah, I don't know. I do want to venture into YouTube, just like finally entering what I wanted to do at 15. So my goal right now is to do YouTube. Maybe something more lifestyle related. But yeah, I really want to try to pivot from here because I feel like right now I'm growing, but I want to see how I can grow from here and not just like stay stagnant, not just like be relevant. You know, I want to continue to create meaningful things.
Yeah, and that, my friends, is the creator mindset. Yeah.
Yes, right. You understand. Like,
yeah.
Like, hey, what do I do next? Like, what's the next cool thing to do?
Hey, you don't get stressed, one man. I can't say I give it up. I have to sound inspiring. I have passed over the baton of responsibilities to my younger team, who make even better content than I do. But after doing it for 15 years, I can't. But like, you've worked with Uncle Roger, and you know he's a huge star. Have you had any other people kind of like reach out to you and unexpectedly be like, what? You see my videos too?
So random people follow me, and I just like you. Like, it's one of the people that I'm just like, oh my god, I can't believe Genie Boy, who knows who I am.
What?
I'm on your podcast right now. Like, that's so crazy to me.
Oh,
really? Like I watch your stuff growing up, and like, you know, all the people that I meet right now in the industry, like Jen or like Maggie or like you know, Ming Han, Ming Yun, all of them. Like, I watch you guys like since forever. So like that's really cool. Stephen He also, the inventor of emotional damage. Yeah, like he let me know that he liked my video, and like he like thanked me also for like encouraging kids, and so that's really crazy because like the heck, like he knows I'm real, like I exist. Syed Sadiq, I'm like a huge Syed Sadiq fan. Oh, like, he follows me.
Hey Syed, if you're listening to this, he does. You know, I would like to. He said, yeah, I listen to some of that, so I like to believe that he does now. Okay, so it's time for you to work together with. Wait, have you worked together with him before?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Nah, not yet. I'm pretty sure he'll start working with you. So, is it? I asked this question because I knew that I had this feeling as someone creating content that hundreds of people are gonna watch. So for you, as you get millions of people watching your content, do you feel even more responsible now of what you put out versus back then when you were not of a substantial size yet?
I think my personality is quite unfiltered, and so I just kind of like post whatever I want. And now I'm learning that I cannot be so unfiltered. Like, I have to be more mindful because people, I feel like when you're in the public eye, people just hold you to a higher regard.
Yeah.
And so now I feel like I have this responsibility of not just representing myself, but like making sure that the things I say are
genuine.
Yeah, and also because it can be taken out of context.
Yeah.
People like look at it and they put meaning into it. So I have to be very mindful about that, which is something that I'm learning.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that. I just want to be able to say whatever I want.
Yeah, because I go through some of the comments and some of the videos that you've made, and you get like a lot of nice people encouraging comments about, but I'm pretty sure you take notice of the ones that are bad too.
Yeah, those were hard at first. I really didn't know how to handle it because I didn't know I have haters, which I guess is a good thing because people like care about me enough to like post some long things about me. But
what? Okay, so I want to delve into it. What was the worst comment that you kind of read and took it very personally, but after a while you kind of grew out of it?
I think there was someone commenting on one of my videos saying that, like, do you even really teach? Like, do you even care about your kids? Like, you're just, like, I can't help to feel like you are just saying it just for the video. And like, immediately I want to defend myself. Like, no, like, I actually filmed my whole lesson and I just cut one part, which I think will make good content. And I'm also a content creator, so obviously I want to pick the best parts, right? And I just felt like very attacked and very accused. But then I realized, okay, like, I guess she doesn't know. And she just like, I don't know, concerned about me or something, or like trying to put me in place.
You're too nice to think that way.
I mean, if I think in a bad way, then I'll be very angry or might cry or something. So I'm just like telling myself great things.
Yeah.
But I will say one thing that I'm learning is that all these comments, I can view it as they're trying to attack me, or I can view it as they're trying to keep me in check.
Okay.
And they do keep me in check. It's like, okay, sometimes I like reflect on myself, like, okay, am I really like this? If not, then it's fine. I don't really have to care about it. But if I am, like, if it hurts me, then maybe I need to like...
There's some truth. I mean, if it hurts you, do you think there's some truth to it?
Maybe. Like, I have to think about it. Like, okay, am I really like as genuine as I portray myself to be? So it helps me to check myself. So I've learned to not mind and like use them to be better. I
kind of feel like you are like how you are on your videos on social media and in person. Do you feel the need to kind of be another persona when you're filming yourself, or you're just like... oh, you know what, I'll be whatever? Or are you still in the learning process?
I think I'm very me because I film like real interactions. But I guess I don't know, like it just makes me think about like why I'm doing what I'm doing. So when I read those comments, like, okay, am I really doing it for pure intention, or am I trying to like fabricate anything, or just helps me check myself. But no, I think I'm very real. Like my kids can attest to it. They're like they just...
Yeah.
Okay, one kid did say I'm like my voice is higher when I make videos. And like when I talk to them in class, I'm like lower. Like she made fun of me about it. I was like, maybe you're right. I guess when the camera's on, I'm like, hi.
Is it harder to discipline your kids in class now that you're some sort of a public figure? Because everybody has this thinking that all public figures need to be friendly. They can't be seen as bad, or or is it like you mentioned early on, it's easier to kind of like get their attention because they think you're cool?
I think I'm pretty strict actually in class. I don't film that part where I discipline them, but I'm pretty strict. I remember.
I know waterfall.
So that's like
what's
I did.
Sorry for for context. Every time when everybody makes a lot of noise in class, you tend to tell everybody go waterfall. Shh.
Yeah, so I say waterfall and then the kids say shh, and I tell them after you say they have to be quiet.
Oh.
Yeah, so like we role play and I test them, and then it's great. Like it's great to get their attention without like yelling at them.
Where do you learn all these role plays in educating kids? Is it something that you kind of picked up along the process, or some of them are just like why not I try this? This is what I want to do.
So I'm very grateful because what I studied was elementary education, and they teach us all these techniques. So it's part of my course. And when I was teaching in the US, the school that I was teaching at was super, super great at classroom management. So I picked up a lot of this from where I taught, which is something that is maybe not as common here in Malaysia. But they use it a lot in the US. So I just learned.
Because when you're noisy in class, all the teacher, hey, shut up. Sit down now.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like that too when I'm really bad. Like, sit down, stop talking.
Sit down. Don't make me stand outside. You know what I mean? I remember that. Sorry, I'm kind of like a role play. I'm personally my history teacher is there because history is always noisy. Because history is sejarah and stuff like that, and he's like. And my teacher was so funny. He's always giving us tips. Okay, this is what's gonna come out for SPM. Okay, just follow. I was like, why? Why are you giving us this? Hey, look, you're not even listening to me. Okay, you might as well pass your history. Otherwise, I'm history. I'm like, okay, cool. So he was so cool like that. Right. So when you mentioned about my students think I'm cool, I remember that teacher because he was just cool.
Yeah, like funny.
And because of that, we didn't want to let him down.
Yes, I think when you have a relationship where you respect your teacher, then the kids like feel the need to do well in your class. It helps that overall like it's just an easier class to manage when they like you.
Was it difficult to be in your position of someone of a public figure and be an educator at the same time within the school's organization initially? Was there any call like, hey, I kind of want to understand what you're doing?
Yeah.
Is this going to affect your job as an educator? Is this going to affect the school's reputation? Because, you know, every organization has some sort of code of conduct.
Yes.
And what you're doing is completely different.
Very.
Yeah.
I am so grateful. My school has been so great. So when I started TikTok, I didn't tell my school because I didn't think it would blow up. And then one day, my principal was like, we know you have a TikTok and marketing wants to meet you.
Oh.
I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna get scolded. They're
gonna
fire me. And then he was like, they love your TikTok. And like they would love if you can help us out with marketing. So I'm like, sure. Yeah. So I mean, they let me do my thing. They're great. Yeah, right now I'm working with them, trying to create content for my school as well.
That's great.
So I'm glad that my school is very supportive. My parents are very supportive.
Right.
Very grateful for that.
I love how marketing got in touch apart from the legal department. I mean, normally if legal gets into legal wants to speak to you, oh man.
That's yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny when they say marketing wants to talk to you. So I'm not gonna get fired. Straight away when I hear marketing wants to get in touch with you, I see dollar signs. You know, you see your career on the line. Okay, cool.
I was like, I don't know.
But that's great. That's I see very. I see it very refreshing because I've been doing this for almost like close to 20 years.
Yeah.
And you know, at one point of time, the social media space people are just not hating, but passing a lot of judgment on social media creators. It's like, oh, girls, they're just good at the best that they do is just posting really nice pictures and raunchy pictures and getting all the likes and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really good for you to break out that stereotype and to prove that, hey, girls do make amazing content that affects the public in general, children and everyone. So for that, I got to give you a round of applause.
Thank you. I'm very grateful. I feel like I know a lot of content creators in this space also who make great content. So
that's a lot actually. If it wasn't for you reaching out, I wouldn't have known. I'm so sorry. but
thank you for replying. I was like, I can't believe I don't know. Will he reply? Will he do it?
For me, it was like, okay, election. All right, yes, I'll support. You know, anything to get the word out there. And for me, it wasn't because of I wasn't replying because of the obligation of like who you were or what you do. But for me, it's like I think at that point in time, I believed what you were doing, and I'm like, oh, that's great. She's using her platform for something, and that's. I think at that point in time, I was very angry. Not angry at you, but like I was really upset at how the online community was not doing enough to speak out their views.
Yeah.
Because all of us were all grown up to, if you don't have anything good to say or whatever, just keep quiet because you get in trouble if you say something. So I did that for a long time because, you know, I was under an organization that kind of kept you in check all the time and put your job on the line if you said the wrong thing on radio.
Yeah.
So when I came out to do my own thing and I like, you know, at one point in time I was going for election rallies and I was very null about it. I don't tell anybody about it.
Yeah.
But when I went for some other rallies, there was the governing party, you know, all of a sudden there's like news networks posting my videos everywhere.
Ooh.
And, you know, together with other celebrities as well. I'm not saying I'm one, but, you know, then I'm like, oh, so am I automatically kind of like perceived as the supporter of one? Right. You know, can I speak my own mind? No, cannot, better not. Don't get into trouble. I was like, oh, okay. So that's why I felt there was a little bit of inequality.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why when in 2018 when obviously Pakatan Harapan made history by overthrowing the longest ruling government.
Yeah.
I told Sai Sadiq, I was like, oh, you know, for once I'm not really afraid to say what I want to say. In hope in like just in case, like if I say something wrong, suddenly the police will come and arrest me and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean you can say anything. But like as simple as, you know, I spoke out about racism. I spoke out about all these inequality of a lot of things, lah.
Which is very sad that they like shut down your voice and like prevent you from saying things that matter.
Actually, maybe they don't. They don't really shut down your voice. But I think it's just my upbringing. A fear of like, Don't embarrass your family. Don't get your family into trouble. Remember, there's a lot at stake over here. Like even when I was about to talk about who I openly supported in the election, I think I was even talking to my wife about it. Hey, you think if I did that, would the company be in jeopardy? Will my clients be very will be wondering like, oh my, let's not work with Jim because he's very, he's very political and stuff like that. Right. But like my wife was like, no, just go say lah. Probably she also thinks in the background, yeah, die lah. If this fella gets me into trouble, I'm in deep shit. But I mean, she was very supportive about it. And my team, I think they are supportive about it, right? They are. Okay, good. Good that the interns are nodding their heads.
That's great.
But what I was upset was that the online community, those who had a huge following, were not really as vocal. So when you reached out, I was like, yes.
Yeah, because I really felt like a strong need because I interned with YB Hannah.
Yep.
And so I got to see the ins and outs of politics, and I got to really experience and work under someone who loved the people that she served.
Yeah.
And so my view just completely changed. I'm like, I was very angry. I was like, no, I really changed. And I was thinking how I could like make some impact or like get people to vote. Because a lot of my friends, people my age, they don't care enough to vote.
Yeah.
Which is something I've been like trying to push my friends to vote for the longest time. But yeah, so.
But do you think it's because we were all just grown up to accept whatever there was? Because I think at school we were never taught to speak our mind but I'm pretty sure where you're teaching right now it's a little bit different. Like every children is being taught to be a little bit more vocal and not accept certain things, right? Back then we didn't get it.
Yeah, we encourage that, which I think is great. Sometimes when kids talk back at you, it's a good thing if they do it respectfully, because that means they're sharing their thoughts and they have thoughts and they're brave enough to be vocal about it. So they're not like sheep or like robots.
Okay.
Which I think is good.
Yeah. Are you gonna ever delve into the world of education and start your own institution?
I don't think so as of now. I feel like starting a school is hard. It's a lot of work behind it. But I don't know. Maybe one day I'll work with someone who would do that.
Now, so you told me that you work full time as an educator. Then you work now that you're working part time, and you're also focusing more towards content. So I think this is a pretty good opportunity to kind of delve into the life of a content creator. I mean, I can tell you, I can say a million things to everybody, but people won't trust me. It's better to come from the new age content creator itself. Did you see content creation as a form of or a way for you to sustain financially at first?
Yeah, 100%. Like you got to be real. Like it's a job. And yeah, one of the reasons why I wanted to grow, is definitely for financial reasons. And I think when I first moved to KL and I got my teaching job, it's like, teaching just really like I cannot see the growth in that industry. Like the average pay is not high. Yep. Long hours. I'm like, I need to get another
side hustle.
Yeah, and so before content creating, I did tutoring. I helped my friend put her cake lapis on Shopee. I tried different things. I don't know what else. Random. I did a lot of random side jobs.
But this is not for content creating. It's just for a side hustle, isn't it?
Correct. And so content creating, when I started, I'm like, okay, this is something I can monetize.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely.
You already knew that you could monetize it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I analyze it.
Wow.
I knew that this was like, okay, get paid good money. I want to be a part of it.
I didn't even think I could monetize it when I first started. I was like, how do I make money? And one guy comes up, hey, I pay you $4,000 for a short film. Oh my God, $4,000 is such a lot of money. And then we realized that, after paying off everyone, we made like $500. And it's like, okay, that's not that much.
You learn as you do.
Yeah. What was your first brand deal and how did it go about that?
I think the first one, I just got a free product and I thought it was so cool. I was like, I cannot believe I get a free product for like 3 videos or something. I was like,
wow.
But slowly, I think the first paying one was, Big Pay.
Oh, Big Pay.
I think it was Big Pay. Yeah, it was like a credit card. So that was really exciting. I was like, I can't believe I'm making so much money.
Oh, okay.
It's like 500 ringgit. I was like, like, it's crazy. But yeah.
But I said then, like, do you do everything on your own, or do you have someone to help you at the current moment?
So previously I did everything on my own. Just recently I have a PA to handle jobs for me, and I also have an editor to help me just edit the video.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're going towards the business route almost immediately.
I'm trying, because right now I do feel I'm a bit busy because I'm still teaching and I'm trying to run a small business.
Who taught you how to run a business? Was it all like trial and error?
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, right now I still don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, really?
I'm just like trying my luck. I guess I've also seen the business world as something that I could dabble in because like I said, I felt like I wasn't making enough money teaching. I love teaching, but it's just not like where, the money is just not what I think is enough. But yeah, so I used to watch a lot of videos on YouTube how to do drop shipping, how to start your own business. But yeah, just learn as I grow. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound like a very independent, like I'll do everything myself kind of person. Are you like that?
I think I'm pretty like a go-getter. I take a lot of initiative to like start the things that I want to start. But I do need a team, so I'm grateful that with content creating, I have a really good team. With my business, my partner is also really great. So I can't do it alone for sure.
Yeah. Okay, what about your I think this conversation card game called But Honesty. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so I created it during MCO also because I want to start a business. That's one reason. But I want to create something that's meaningful. And so it's like you play with someone, every card has a question to help you have deeper and more vulnerable conversations. Because I feel like there's a gap there in the Malaysian Asian culture.
Yeah.
Like we don't have very
open conversations. Especially with your parents.
So I'm creating a family deck.
Oh!
Yes. For kids and parents.
Oh!
Which I don't know. I think I'll feel scared to play with my parents also.
Really?
But I want to like try to break that.
What are some of the questions? Hit me with one.
Ooh, have I ever hurt you before? Something like that. Like those along those lines. So imagine asking your mom that.
Oh wow.
And then your mom's like, yeah. No.
So it's like everybody takes turns to pick up a card and they read out the question and then they openly answer. So what if they don't want to answer it?
Then you can skip the card.
Okay.
But we challenge you to answer it because then it forces you to confront like hard topics as well.
Oh. For not the family edition one, for the friends one or the general one, what are some of the questions or some of the questions that stands out in that deck that you like people to answer to?
I really like when was the last time you broke down?
Broke down?
Yeah. Ooh, maybe you can answer that right now. He's like,
when was the last time I broke down? The last time I broke down. That's such a hard question. I bet everybody takes really long to answer that question. I think like at one point in time I was never open, especially in front of my wife. I've never cried at all in front of my wife. The first time I broke down in front of her is when I read my vows in front of her. It's on YouTube. I would seriously, like when my team was shooting that vow, I was like, hey, make sure you guys make me look cool. I told them already my angles, this, whatever. This vow is supposed to make people cry, okay? It's supposed to be touching. I did not read a single word of my vow. I just started crying. I just said hi. But when I said hi, it brought me back to the first day I met her in Astro, where she was a newcomer to Universal Music. I was a radio DJ. I was dating someone else then. And then that's it. I met her and I was like, oh, that's about it. And then we kind of formed this friendship. And for me, I always had this judgment of, oh, look at her. She's so pretty and she's so hot. She'll never talk with a guy like me. So that went through my head. Yeah. And then oh man, I get a bit soft talking about it. And then I'm there standing marrying her and she said yes to me and I was like, oh wow, what did I do to deserve this girl? So like a lot of friends made fun of me when I was like they were like I didn't know what you were saying, but I think when they got married they understood.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of that was the first time I cried in front of my wife. Yeah, for the entire at that point in time 8 years that I was dating her. And then I think like the most recent breakdown was I think when I sleep, because I sleep on my own. Yeah. Sometimes with my daughter, because my wife, we take turns she sleeps with both the kids because they're like electromagnet stuck to her, and there's no way to fit four of us in the bed. So she will sleep in the kids' room, and then sometimes my little daughter sorry, not my little daughter. Kazel will sleep with me. So they take turns. 2 days mommy, 2 days daddy. 2 days mommy, 2 days daddy. That's a negotiation with me.
Okay.
But when she sleeps with me, we play mathematical questions.
Wow.
That's how much of a Asian, yeah. I always, sometimes, I don't break down, but sometimes I tear up thinking of what my kid's future will be like.
Are you worried or?
I think as parents, you'll always worry.
Yeah.
Like, how will they be? Sometimes questions would be like, does my child love me enough? Am I being a good parent? There was one time I kind of like punished her, or I felt bad. So most of the time is very towards kids of recent, because you're always, you see, when you grow up, right? When I grew up, my mom was the pinnacle of like great parenting, and then suddenly when you reach my mom's age, when I am my mom's age, when she had me, and you realize that, oh, I don't have it all figured out yet.
Yeah.
So how did my mom look like she had it all figured out? You know what I mean? So that's where you became scared. And it's not about financial security or anything. It's way beyond that. So like my mom, I didn't see, despite my mom. So my mom's a government servant, by the way. She's a teacher.
Yeah.
So she used to work odd jobs, different jobs, tutoring and whatever, so that I could go to a private school. As a kid, you won't be told that, right?
Yeah.
You will just like go to school.
Yeah.
Because this is a good school. That's it. And then when you come back, getting like if you fail the paper, she would like go crazy. She would be like, how much I'm spending sending you there. And for me, it's like, when you're a kid, what are you so riled up about? I didn't fail. John also failed.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Understand why.
Yeah. So, when you're the parent, when you grow up and you realize that, oh, it's because that she was afraid that if I did not pass and if I did not graduate that year, it means more money that she could not afford.
Yeah.
Then that's where I'm like, shit.
Yeah, that realization.
Yeah. So I mean, like, but now that I can put my kid to school, and I'm very grateful that we don't really have that sort of a problem monetarily, but there are other problems too. Like when she comes back and she tells me that she's afraid of a teacher, you get like really fired up, and then she comes back and she tells me the next day she doesn't want to go to school because a girl made fun of her hair. That's where you get so scared. It's so funny, me and my wife, the first day she went to kindergarten, we were like so excited. But when she walked through so there's 2 doors. One is the main entrance, and after next is the glass door that you go in, right? When that door closed, both of us started crying. And then after that, I was like, "Why are you crying?" She's like, "Shut up! Why are you crying?" I'm like, "Oh yeah."
It's not easy being a parent.
Yeah. So like, if that question is, if I played that game, you say, "When's the last time you broke down?" I say, "I break not now as an adult." It's so funny because as a kid, I don't break down. But as an adult, and as a person growing up, you break down all the time. Just that nobody sees it.
Correct.
And all of you, my staff here, don't look at me differently. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I use humor as a coping mechanism sometimes. Yeah. Now you all know my weakness. Shut up. Okay. Oh, that's cool. But like, yeah. Why am I talking so much? I got a guest over here. You should be doing more talking. But yeah, congratulations in building that. How's that doing?
My partner's going full time now.
Oh wow.
So that's great. It started off as a side business. Now we're trying to grow it. Doing a lot more events. So we just had a speed dating event recently.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
You had like such a huge turnout for that.
It was crazy. I guess everyone's trying to find love. The non-conventional way, I guess. Again, not dating apps, not through friends' recommendation. Sometimes it's very hard to meet people. So we create an event for that.
It is.
Yeah. And then
so what's the best way to meet people?
Ooh, I mean, it depends on what you want, I guess. Depends on and depends on how you prefer to meet people. Some people prefer dating apps.
Okay.
Because it's not as intimidating. You can really see, text people first.
Yeah.
They prefer that. So it depends on what you want. But I feel like most people do like to meet people organically or in person.
Yeah. Because that's the gold standard according to the most, right? Like, you go out with a bunch of friends, then you get then you get introduced to each other. Then only you can talk.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
If you were to message the fella out of the blue, creepy. Yeah.
It's not easy, especially for guys, I think.
Yeah, it
guys
is.
have a tough time with that.
Yeah. Really?
I understand.
Man. Okay, you're a girl. But no, girls are go-getters too.
I feel like girls approach guys lesser for
Really?
sure.
Have you ever approached a guy before?
No.
No?
No.
In your position
I
right
don't
now,
think
you don't
so.
have to.
Even last time I don't. I guess girls just, I don't know, we prefer when guys approach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's me lah.
My wife approached me, so like that's the difference.
Ooh, okay lah. That means you're very...
No, because she says I'm a big chicken. She says I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm quite useless. She openly calls me that. She's like, you have no game. I'm like, oh, okay.
So she's the one game.
Yeah, she's like, I don't care if you're famous or whatever. You've got no game. You're not romantic at all. And I'm like, then why you still love me? She's like, oh, you're different. I'm like, yeah. So that's why I'm like, oh, she's awesome.
Yeah.
She I think like she makes me be myself lah.
That's very important.
Yeah, I remember the ex-girlfriends that I dated. I always tend to be always perfect for them. I had so many bad ones. You know, I had one who I had one. The first bad one was she introduced me to this brand called Christian Dior, and I'm like, what the heck is this brand? Why is this handbag in the shape of a D? Holy crap! It's $3,000. Who would
ask you to buy for her? Is it?
Yeah, no, I don't think she directly asked me to buy. It's like she hinted, "Oh, I like this bag a lot." Yeah. Then, yeah, and then yeah, I remember that. But yeah, let's not go. Okay, I won't go there. Yeah. Sometimes I do talk about all my ex experiences on.
Do they watch? What if they watch the podcast?
Yeah, they do. Some of them do, you know.
They're like, imagine talking about me again.
Yeah, they do. And then after that, some of them just blocked me after like listening or watching some of the films that I made. Yeah.
Based on some.
Yeah, based on some experiences.
Understand.
Yeah.
But when you're a creator, you just you do that, right? You get experiences and inspiration from your life.
I know.
Experience
So when you create, because your content is a little bit different. So where do you draw? Like, I know this is a very cliche question. Where do you draw inspiration from? Where do you get that kind of encouragement? Because most of the time you find it, right? Yeah. How do you get that?
Actually, most of my content is just completely candid. So I have no idea what I'm saying until I start saying it. So I just put the camera there, and I start teaching, and I just I post edit, and we post production, we cut what we want to post.
Yeah.
Or I just ramble with my kids, like, "Hey guys, doing today?" And then we just talk, and then we find something interesting to talk about.
So do you use your phone or use a camera?
I just use my phone.
How much capacity
It's terrible.
is left on your phone?
So bad. I'm full almost every day. I just delete things. It's very bad. I need to organize it properly. But it's bad. Yeah.
Oh wow, it's so. Do you ever feel the pressure as a growing creator where you need to up your quality of output?
No, I do.
Oh, you do?
I look at other creators, and I feel like that's what they do. Like, they have better production, better quality. But I think for now, the phone is fine. Maybe I just need... I don't even have a microphone. So I probably need like a clip-on mic or something just for better audio
Actually, here's an amazing story to share. You know Jen? So I'm Jen.
Yeah.
So when she first started, right, everything was very high quality. Like really, really high quality. Like I mean, I've known her for a long time. We used to travel a lot for jobs overseas too. I went to Barcelona with her and stuff. And then John will be there taking pictures with a DSLR. And then after that, she ditched all of that, and she just uses her phone because they're more raw.
They are.
Yeah, and they're more candid, and they're more in the moment.
Yep.
And that's what she does now. Yeah, it's like for us is when we saw it, when the first day she did it, and she said that she said that it's just a lot more easier, correct. Like don't have to worry too much. This is me, accept me for me.
Yeah.
And that's how she blew up, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure lah, but I would like to think so, because right now everything she does is just like even the imperfections of her skin, she openly says,
yes.
I'm like that without makeup. Can you accept or not? You know, she laughs about it, but what she does, I mean, obviously, of course, she realizes this. She's actually talking out to the thousands or probably millions of people who also have bad skin condition.
Yeah.
Some will shy away from it, but because Jen openly speaks out about it, they'd be like, they found someone to kind of, okay, it's okay to accept me for me. So that's why I appreciate that video spoke out so much to me. The one that you did with your little girl talking about skin color, and I'm like, oh yes, that's amazing, because we don't get taught that enough in this country. I feel that when we were growing up, we were just thought about like, there's Malay. You always see TV stations promoting harmony.
Yep.
But for me, I felt harmony when I was a lot younger. But as I grew older, I don't see it.
Because it's like been politicized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was so angry, and I was like, why are Chinese people only sticking with Chinese people? Why are Malay people only sticking with Malay people? Why are Indian people only sticking with Indian people when, my bunch of friends are a whole bunch rojak lah, And we just talk to ourselves, like, why? And then some people, is it because we are English speaking? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, when I was younger, I used to speak Bahasa Malaysia a lot until sometimes when I go to my friend's house, his name is Udin. His mom was like, "Hey, you ni ke Cina ke Melayu?" Why you speak so well and stuff like that. Yeah. And for me, it's like it was fun to be given that kind of compliment. You know what I mean? So I was like, what happened to that? I missed that. So hopefully, and I always believe that it's also education involved to kind of tell students that everyone's harmony. For me, is even my daughter right now, we don't even talk about. I don't teach about race.
Yeah.
I just tell her that's, what's the difference between an Indian boy, Chinese boy, Malay? No, that's a boy, that's a girl, and that's another girl. Yeah, I see 3 kids there, so I want her to grow up like that.
Yeah. I think education happens outside the classroom, so it's important. Like for me, I feel like I want to be intentional about how I use my platform. So when I talk about things like this, kids watch it, right?
Yeah.
And so if someone or like their teacher talks about something like this, then okay, like it helps them shift their perspective. Because I feel like even with my students, you can see hints of like racism, and you can see it because it's very real. That's their upbringing, their environment, and so they have all these preconceived notions of like what race is or what, And so if I don't intentionally talk about it, then who's gonna tell them a different perspective?
Oh, that's
so I really
awesome.
I try my best.
Do you get a lot of other teachers reaching out to you and also asking for advice?
I do get a few. Actually, I get a lot of aspiring teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to hear that. I'm very encouraging as well. Like, I'm wanting to do education because of you, or like you really encourage me to go back into the profession or stay in the profession, because it's not easy. Sometimes you need a lot of encouragement to remain in teaching. So I do get that quite a bit, which I makes me very happy lah. Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay. You have 2 careers now. One is teaching and one's content creating. Have you ever at any point of time thought that you were not good enough for either or?
Ooh, yeah, all the time. For both actually. Because I think teaching is not easy. To be a great teacher is not easy. To be just a regular teacher, if you just want to do it, take it as a job, it's not that hard, honestly. But because it's very relational. A lot of effort that to be a great teacher, you have to put behind the scenes, and like getting to know them, understanding them, building that connection takes time. So when I feel like I don't have enough time to do that, I don't know. I feel like, maybe I'm not good enough, or I need to be better at that. Content creating, sometimes I feel, because I'm very new, very new to this. I don't really have a lot of friends in the industry.
Yeah.
I don't really know how it works very well. Like sometimes I just ask, I need this. I need to do this. I don't know.
Do you feel it's tough to trust the people in the entertainment industry? Okay, I won't say tough lah. Maybe it's a bit harder to kind of like trust people in the entertainment industry.
Like connect. I feel like a deep connection, or like I feel like everyone is nice to me, but like we're not really friends. I feel like it's really lonely. People don't know this. Oh. But being a content creator is actually pretty lonely because I have no colleagues. I'm a freelancer and I work by myself. And all my clients deal with me through my phone. That's it. I don't even meet them, right? So that's pretty lonely. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But it's fulfilling too.
It is. I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
But those are things that are a little bit tough, I think.
You started during... Is it safe to say you started in...
Just after COVID.
Just after COVID, okay. Wow, that's an exponential growth.
It's really crazy. I think 1.5 years. Since I started TikTok.
Where has content creation brought you so far? What's the biggest milestone so far for you, apart from the numbers?
Ooh, I mean, Uncle Roger. No, I think that's pretty cool. That part is really cool.
What? Just Uncle Roger? Oh, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Nigel.
I think that was really cool.
React to that, Nigel. No, don't.
Yeah, I think that, or like the biggest thing, or like the thing that really changed.
What's your highlight so far?
I would say that a lot, honestly.
Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger, like Stephen, I feel like because that video went so viral, it's been translated into different languages.
Yeah.
Like Vietnamese, Thai,
It's in
Chinese.
Every country, it's on every meme page you could possibly find.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, I should have worn more makeup today. Or like, I should have like done my lashes, man. Everyone saw that video. But yeah, I think that's pretty crazy. I didn't expect it to go so viral.
Are you more self-conscious with your appearance now that you're a lot more famous?
Actually, no. I think the flip side, because I do a lot of video content.
Yes.
And you cannot edit that. Like, this is just our face, that's it.
Okay.
I mean, that's just it. Like, with pictures, you can find the right angle or pick what to post. And
yeah, with video,
it's very hard.
Sometimes people, hey, Jin, how come you look different on videos? Yeah, it's the lens lah.
Yeah, so I feel like as video creators, because you post how you really look all the time, and I film, I don't really wear makeup when I go to school, so I actually make content without makeup.
Yep.
And usually all my pictures I have makeup, so actually I feel better about myself because I'm like, oh, people don't really care, like they watch my content either way, and so yeah, I feel better about myself actually. It's just interesting.
Here's one question I'll ask. I know I might have asked it very what do you call it, on the sideline, but I think I'll go direct into it. Being a content creator and being exposed to all these things publicly, and obviously the judgment of the public eye, have you noticed any flaws about yourself that you didn't think were flaws, but then like, yep, this is a problem. This is a problem that I have. Like,
with my personality?
In general, maybe something that stood out that you never realized, and you know, all of a sudden like, oh, I think I have this kind of problem, whether it's insecurity or OCD-ness or anything.
No.
No? Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like I am quite content with who I am. And I'm grateful because most of my followers, so people like watch my videos, they're very, very kind. So
are they mostly... Okay, I can't speak for the majority of your followers because, you know, I'm not young. Are they mostly teenagers, young, or what are your like audiences like?
Yeah, so 18 to 35. They're my biggest age group. So young teenagers, mostly older, like uni to working adults.
Right.
That's my demographic.
So when the first time someone came up to you and said, "How can I have a picture with you?" How was you? How do you feel? How did you feel?
Surprise.
Right.
The first time I was very surprised. I was sitting next to another content creator, and I thought they were going to approach that person instead of me.
Oh, really?
I was ready to take out the phone and help them take pictures. I was like, oh wait, is it me? So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Feels nice, right? Sometimes. Yeah.
Different.
I don't get that anymore. Even my daughter doesn't want to take a picture of me at all. I was like, hey, come take a picture, Daddy. Don't want. I'm like, oh man.
Kids are like that.
Yeah, she only comes to me again for ice cream and for nice stuff. So every time mommy doesn't allow her to do something, then she comes to me and asks. She watched that video too, by the way. And if she was here, she's going to go, emotional damage.
Yeah, kids say it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very common thing in my class. Is everyone asks me like, how did you feel when your kid said it? I'm like, they say it all the time. It's so normal. So
how do you even I'm not sure whether you have I'm sure you have report card days, right? Where you meet the parents. So how does the parents react when they meet you in person? Did they ask for photos too?
No, they don't ask for photos. But I remember one parent was walking past me and he turned back and looked at me and said, oh, I watch your video.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but they're very nice. Most of the time they don't really mention it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, after this, I've got Uncle Roger. Everybody's gonna come lining up. I was like, hey man, so you're friends with Uncle Roger? But nah. But and people are gonna come to me, hey, you're friends with Qiwiie? I'm like, yeah, she's a friend. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm it's again, congratulations. It feels like you have everything. You kind of like striving towards what you want to do. Very determined, and I wish I had your that strength in you of a go-getter. For me, it was all just like, can I try and see what happens?
But it's crazy. You just try it and then it happened for you.
That's great. Not everything I try happens for me though, but like everything that you're doing, it's more of like, okay, I've calculated this. I've looked at the analytics and algorithm. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to succeed in it.
I try. I mean, I think it's natural. We try to do things that we're good at, you know. So I don't know, try to limit my chances of failing.
I know. My producer sent you a bunch of questions, but I don't think I asked any of them over here. I think it's. Let me go back to script, ladies and gentlemen. Advice for aspiring young content creators.
Ooh. I think like what you mentioned just now, being consistent is very important. Being original, finding a niche. I think right now it's very hard to stand out because it's very saturated. Anyone can be a content creator. You just need a phone, right? So how can you stand out? You need to be original, and I guess if you want to be very like smart about it, or like you want to make it a career, then you have to think about how your platform can be monetized. Sometimes you make content that is like interesting and viral, but then like companies don't really like your profile, then you can't make money. So it depends on what you want. If you just want to do for fun, then do whatever you want. But if you want to make it a career, you need to be a bit more intentional, I think.
Wow. I know I'm not supposed to ask this question, but how old are you now?
I'm 26.
My God, only? Everybody around the studio is covering their moms.
Is it?
No, it's not.
No, I'm kidding.
You're talking like someone who's had years and years of experience.
Because I'm a teacher and you talk like that.
You're only 20. You know what I was doing when I was 26? I was trying to find out how I could get my loan approved for my house because it was rejected. Yeah. One of our interns, Brandon, is like putting his hand in his head. Why? You're 26 too?
Same age.
And I'm sorry. It's a good thing that you're still interning and learning. Yeah, he's like holding his hand to his chest. Encouraging words. Don't worry. Intern here longer, okay? Save me cost. I'm kidding. Oh, wow. That's...
Yeah, but I wasn't buying a house at 26, so that's like great.
Yeah, wow. Oh, I have a lot of admiration for your current, where you are right now. And have you ever asked yourself this? Yeah, I wish I was where I am today, like 5 years ago.
No. I think I'm grateful that I went through everything I went through. Because if I was like that, then I probably wouldn't teach. Then I wouldn't have learned all those things as well. So for me, I think I'm very happy for where I'm at now. Career-wise, I think. Yeah. Very grateful.
So you're very happy to go through whatever you went through to be who you are today.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would be probably different today.
I probably wouldn't do teaching content. I probably wouldn't be a teacher, just full-time, different kinds of content.
How long have you been teaching so far?
This is my 4th year teaching.
Have you had other... this is such a scary question to ask, later have any other institutions come out to poach you? Hi, work for us instead. I'm helping you here. Hey, marketing team, listen.
Yes, but I reject them all because I do like where I'm at. Yeah, so
where are you currently teaching? Are you allowed to say, or you're not allowed to say?
I've never said it before.
Okay, let's keep it. You can? Okay.
I too, so I'm pitching. I hope they give me some commission to my school. I'm teaching at Real Schools, Cheras campus.
I see. Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. Sometimes you make your kids look cool too. I'd be like, sometimes I want my daughter to be in that little community that you've created. Really.
I think she would love it. The kids are great. They're so much fun.
Because my daughter talks a lot. She can't keep quiet. Sorry, I need to use nice words just in case if she listens to this. I love you, by the way, Keizo. Okay, so you're on TikTok. You're on Instagram. I know you mentioned that you want to be a YouTuber. So are you going to expand to any other platforms?
Right now, I'm planning to try Douyin because I'm already posting content anyway, just translating it. And I heard that I should try Facebook. I just created a Facebook page recently.
Oh, you don't have a...
I don't have a Facebook page. And I found out there's so many fake Facebook pages of me with like 55,000 followers.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know because I never opened the Facebook app. And then I just went to check on it recently. I'm like, the heck? So I'm like,
you're the different generation who probably thinks that Facebook are for old people.
I mean, I used to use it a lot
okay.
last time. But now...
If she said, I'll be very insulted because I still use Facebook a lot. But how many of you... Wait, how many of you... Like, I'm directing the questions to like our team and our staff and our interns. How many of you have Facebook accounts? Okay, yeah. Oh, one person does not have a Facebook account.
Wait, let me ask again. How many of you still use Facebook?
Oh, 50%. 50% of them. Well done. Okay. What do you do? Okay, is that as a content creator? I know this is a question that maybe I can even answer, but I want to see whether we're in line on it. Do you have off days or not?
No.
No, right?
I work 24/7.
Yeah.
Even at night, because sometimes morning you go for shoots and then and then at night is when I can like reply people, like edit my videos. So that. Yeah, I tell myself I used to be able to have like school holidays.
Yeah.
And now I have no holidays. So yeah.
How much of sleep do you get in a day then?
Okay, I try my best to get like 8 hours because I think it's very important.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I do have enough sleep, but I just don't have a lot of free time, I think.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad.
Because content creating is, on the ball. You have to be on the ball 24/7.
Yeah.
But okay, so some people create content based on what they see is happening out in the big world, trending world. Do you do that, or are you just in your own space to create what you want and what you want to convey to the public?
Yeah, I try to be. I think my content is very like in my own space.
Okay, that's good.
About my world, so like I do
originality, like you were saying just now.
Yeah, with my family, with my students, content like that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, this is an amazing journey, isn't it, for you?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, dude, my mom called me the other day. Like my friend from Australia say they watch your videos. I was like, what? That's so crazy.
Your parents must be really proud.
They are. Yeah, they are. My parents wish that they are featured more so they can be famous. My dad's like, am I famous yet? Like, I have to wear sunglasses when I go out now. They're really funny.
Oh man, that's so. My mom. My mom's a very simple person lah. Last time, she used to go out a lot. She doesn't wear makeup. But one day, somebody found out who she was, and they followed her on the LRT. And from that day onwards, she never leaves the house without makeup.
Dang, she's a public figure now.
She's more famous than I am. Yeah, I like. And she's very comical about it.
Yeah,
I think I get my sense of humor from my mom. Yeah, she's quite comical. She was very strict growing up. But I think I remember twice she was very concerned. When I went to do radio, she was like, can make money, meh? And then when I left, and then when she saw that I was having a steady income in radio, not much, then I left radio to do YouTube. She's like, huh? Can make money, man? Yeah. Even until today, she questions, hey, so how? No shoot today? How come you're at home? Huh? No shoot. How to make money? I'm like, Mom. she's still worried,
yes.
you know.
I mean, that's what moms do. That's what parents do.
Yeah. Were they afraid about your venture initially when you started?
Because I started while I was teaching, so I had a stable job then, and so when I wanted to go part-time, which I'm doing now, they were okay with it because they saw that I was making money from it. Yeah. So now they're okay. But if I were to do it like off the bat, right? Nah, I don't think my parents would be okay.
I mean, what about in the financial sense, yes, but what about I'm pretty sure your parents go through the comments that are posted on your platforms as well.
We never talk about it.
They don't.
No, I don't know. I hope they don't see it. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Sometimes there's some weird comments, so I hope my dad doesn't see them. But I don't know. I know he watches all my contents now, so maybe he just never talks about it.
I think they will, but they just respect you enough to not want to ask you about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It'd be a little awkward to talk about it, I feel.
What do you think? Okay, what do you think? What would you talk? What do you say to kids who want to be in your position right now, especially the ones who are in high school growing up?
You want to be content creators?
Yes.
Ooh.
Especially, I would like to particularly point out to all the female creators out there.
Yeah. I would say you have to be so smart about what you post online because it's there forever. Mm-hmm. And when you post something that is mean or you don't think before you post, right, it affects you. So sometimes when we talk, we can be very we can take it back or people don't hear it. Yeah. But online, it's forever. And so, I mean, I would encourage people to make meaningful content because you have a platform, you want to use it for good. But also be smart. I mean, I would say stay in school. I don't know. Some people do it full time immediately. And if you have a great team or if you're very business minded about it and you can make it into a career, then great. Mm-hmm. But if you're unsure, then I feel having a backup plan is good as well.
Yeah, I don't think you're saying this just because you're a teacher, but I think school is the best playground for a child's mind, growth wise.
Yeah,
I really grew up when I was not in primary school.
Didn't grow in primary school.
Yeah, primary school. I was like, oh man, I hated primary school because of where. Well, I'm not gonna say which school, but when in high school was where I grew up as an individual.
Yeah, because you have community, you learn from each other. That's so important for kids.
It was where I knew that I could talk a lot and I was loud was when my sports teacher. So we had sports day, right?
Yeah.
The teacher said, "Okay, you, Jin, you're gonna be march past captain." I was like, "Why?" Because you're loud, And I'm like, at first I thought it was a joke. But then I become march past leader for 3 years, and we have won first place for every. And it was like, wow, it's so funny. Teachers could see the potential you could not see in yourself.
Yeah, correct. And so they help you realize those things.
Yeah, so that's where I loved it so much. I mean, All my high school teachers made me love life in general. They made me accept who I was, because I was quite plump when I was young. And you know, the straight away that notion in your head is, oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, no girls will like me. You know, and then you have your parents telling you, my mom telling you, be smart, study hard, get good grades, girls will like you. So I didn't get good grades too. So I was plump and I didn't get good grades. So in my mind, I was a complete failure. But the teachers then came and changed that, and it was amazing. So that's why I love every time when I do content about teachers, and I love them to bits, because my mom's an educator too.
Yeah.
When my mom sent me to this other school, Stella Maris, I can say that. She loved it too. She loved every single teacher there, because they how it started. Well, I think they were all retired teachers, so they're very motherly, very fatherly. You know.
Yeah.
So every time they handle children, they will handle it like they're handling their own grandchildren.
Yeah, you can feel the love. You can feel the care. Yeah.
So when they, I remember there was this one section of the school called GIFT. It's called Growing in Faith Together. It's a Catholic school, but I'm not Catholic, but it doesn't matter. I learned a lot about the religion and the cultures, everything. But that aside, they promoted kindness. Kindness to every single individual. Just approach everything with a different approach. Don't react.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't react immediately.
That's very important to learn.
So when they taught us that, I was like, oh, okay. You still get a disciplinary teacher. The disciplinary teacher will scold you like mad in front of everyone. And after that, he will bring the whole bunch of... what I loved about my disciplinary teacher, and my late disciplinary teacher, was he will never ever scold a child individually.
Oh.
He will always in a group.
Everyone.
He will never single everybody out.
Okay.
If it's one person's fault, it's everybody's fault. And then once he's done with that, he will then take that individual and say, okay, I want to explain to you what you did wrong and stuff like that. It's so funny, because after that, we were not we're not scared about our discipline teacher anymore, but every time he scolded us, we just kept quiet and we listened. And then after that, we sit down and we listen, and then we kind of agree. We all agree. So he the fear was more for show.
Right.
But the conversations was where the lessons were.
Right.
Yeah.
It's important that they explain it to you.
Yeah. So I love that. So I have very high respect for teachers. So you're a teacher. So I imagine amazing what you're doing. So yes.
Thank you so much.
We've gone on for almost an hour plus, but thank you, for answering my never-ending questions. There are more questions. I'm pretty sure, Ryan Tong, you came up with these questions, right? All right, okay. So, and everybody else too. I gotta ask more questions here. Let's see. What's next? Okay, we already asked that. Whatever niches would you like to explore?
Ooh, I think lifestyle. I do want to show more about my life, like what I do, my friends, my family. I like to film things that are very real in my life. So I think apart from my students, my family would love that, I think, if I film more of them. So that's definitely the plan, especially on YouTube. I want to do that. Yeah.
Any plans of going to acting or singing or performing?
Not right now, because I do think that... Oh, can I say this? I feel like in Malaysia, that scene is just really, number one, not easy to enter. Number two, I feel like TV is not in trend right now. I kind of want to go to... Everyone's moving online.
Yes.
So I want to do things that are online, in the digital space, online space.
Ever wanted to be an actor?
When I was a kid, yeah. But now I don't think I'll make a good actor, actually. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind. We make you cameo on our films.
Ooh, I hope I do well. I don't know if I'll do well.
I'm just kidding. Here's Jin trying to pitch a film with Qiwiie over here. Hopefully that she'll join one of our films. Yeah, but thank you so much for coming on the show today, Qiwiie.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you have a very busy schedule. I think this was almost 2-3 weeks in the making.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I mean, we have been busy too. But I think I just like to say that continue doing what you're doing. I feel you're a very big role model, probably bigger than you think you are. You have a lot of young children looking up to you. Yeah. It's not in your statistic because they don't have a phone in an account. So the 35-year-olds are probably the kids using their mom's account.
Yeah.
And I think where you are, I hope one day you just make a huge impact that will change not only people in Malaysia, but in general. everyone around the world for the better. And I think you're doing an amazing job.
I appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So before we go, would you like to say anything to everybody listening today?
Stay in school.
Are you just saying that because you're a teacher? It's an obligation. I'm a teacher, you must say that.
No, but like, yeah, do it. Like, I don't know, do well in school. Enjoy your life. Like, life is good.
I used to say that to everyone who came up to me and said, do you think I should, I'm not going to name who, but they say, oh, should I drop out of school and continue what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Yes, they're content creators. And I say, no, stay in school.
Yeah, I think it's important.
There's a lot of things you can learn, all right, everybody? Education is key, all right? And don't take your teachers for granted. They are our parents away from home. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. I hope to have you back again here someday.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll play a game of But Honestly. Go check it out. Where can they check out those things, by the way?
On our website, buthonestly.co.co, and on Instagram, same handle.
Yes, and your Instagram handle is?
My one?
Yeah.
Qiwiie, Qiwiie.
Yes. Thank you very much, guys. We'll speak to you guys next time.